Alright, here's another game going. Okay, so I'm against a guy called Unnerved. He's playing a tournament, a recent tournament Akbar double high gun deck. It's very much similar to my Poe high gun deck, which is just do damage, except he's got focuses from Akbar rather than the Poe extra damage. I think Poe extra damage is probably better, but whatever. This deck, Qui-gon Double Trooper should have absolutely no possible chance of beating this deck. Just no chance should I have of winning. So we'll see. We will see. Okay. Patience. Not a good opening card. Field Medic, not the best opening card. Defensive stance, don't want that. Blaster Pistol is an upgrade, but it doesn't have a resource on it. And Launch Bay is I'd like to have one of them, but as we've seen, I tend to get black ones quite early or launch base. So let's just toss everything and try and get a promotion or scout early. There's my promotion, and there's a force training, and this is a decent hand to start with. Alright, cool. Not going to get my battlefield, most probably. So, who do I want to put the shields on? Don't necessarily know. I got a 3, yeah, they definitely beat me there. It's very easy to get the battlefield when you have higher gun and Akbar. So, well, whose battlefield is choosing his, I assume. I'm going to have to put the shields on. Some guy, but I don't know who I want to put the shields on. The troopers are probably going to end up dying is one of the big problems. Okay, cool. Troopers probably going to end up dying is the problem. Like the biggest problem. But I do want to keep... So I want to keep the troopers... But I do want to keep the troopers alive because of the promotion and the pistol. So yeah, I'll put it like this. He's going to start with a hunkered down immediately. Okay. He's going to get that shield off immediately. Alright, alright. Then I'm going to put down a promotion immediately, and then I can draw a card with it. See, and I got a deflect, nice. So promotion has that shield, as I've talked about earlier, right? So the promotion is a great card for this deck, and hopefully it's going to do some stuff here. Okay, he activated the hunkered down, so I think I'll just roll the trooper out. Don't need to guardian things this early on. I got a resource and a shield, nice. All right, that's good. I'm gonna want to try and claim the battlefield next turn. So let's try and be a little bit quick about this. In terms of action economy. Ouch. 2 blanks on the Akbar. That's unfortunate for him. I'm gonna keep the resource because I want the shield, because I want the deflect rather than the blaster pistol out. So that's what I'll do here. Roll the Qui-gon out. Got a 1 melee. That's well, can't beat them all, I guess. Gonna pay a resource to flank and remove the 1 melee of Qui-gon. Alright, I am perfectly okay with that, my friend. That's a waste of a flank in my opinion for that 1 melee damage. Because I can't even hit the hunker down with the hired gun that has hunkered down on it with the melee because then it gets deflected by the shield. And so it doesn't actually count as dealing melee damage to him. Do that, that's a +1. Okay, probably going to want to re-roll that. Probably going to end up having to toss the... But I don't necessarily want to discard things. That's the problem right now. Gets a 2 range damage. Don't care. If it's a 3 range damage, then I definitely want to deflect it. But if it's 2, I don't care enough. Claim the resource next time and get a black one out potentially. So maybe I just toss the blaster pistol here for the reroll on that dice. But I think first I just resolve the resource. Like I gotta be a bit quick. I gotta have the potential to do the Rebel War Room quickly if I want to. I want to make sure I have the battlefield for next turn for a potential dug-in play. Guess a resource, alright. I could deflect the 2 range damage, but that's not worth it. So I think I discard the force training here. Oh, but the 17? Nah, the force training. I'll discard the force training. Do I want a different potential with the promotion? No, I don't really, so just do that for this 1 reroll here. And I got this exact same. Alright, cool. He's gonna play or discard logistics. Is he playing logistics for the 2 resources, or is he discarding it for a reroll? He's playing it for 2 resources, okay. It's a lot of resources he just got right there. Do I want to discard again? I don't think I do. I think I just want to get a shield onto Qui-Gon so that I can potentially start bouncing shields off on him if I want to. Is he going to claim the Rebel War Room? He's going to claim the Rebel War Room. Okay. 2 range damage into Qui-Gon, is this? Alright. Do I want to do anything else? I don't think I do. I think that's it. I think that's my turn. Okay, got another DH-17 blast pistol. I can afford to black 1 immediately at the start of this turn, but then I don't get to deflect, so. But actually getting out a support will be nice. Okay, it's his turn to start. He's got 5 resources at this point, so he can definitely start playing some cards. Okay, he's going to immediately start with the scout on that bar. Alright. Don't think I play black 1 immediately because that ruins my potential plays with deflect. So I think I just roll out the Qui-Gon because there's nothing I want to put on Qui-Gon anyway. And I got a resource. Okay. Oops. Take that back. Got a resource. Okay. Now I can definitely get the black 1 out and still have deflect left over and stuff. Okay, he's going to get another shield. I'm going to claim the resource then. Gonna roll out the out bar. Okay. So I can just play the black 1 just normally. Okay, got a discard, a shield, a discard, a resource, and a special on the scout. So I'm going to be losing some cards here, but so let's get the black 1 out immediately, so I don't actually end up discarding that. The black 1, of course, has the 2 shields, so in this deck it can have potentially 4 damage sides. It's gonna do the scout. All right. What do you want to get rid of? You're probably gonna want to get rid of the deflect. Deflect prevents 3 range damage. Yep. All right. I think I'll just roll the black 1 die now and hope for a good one. Of course. Why did I have to jinx myself by saying that? I don't know. Okay, the random discard. Oh, and he gets the dug in. God damn it. All right, well, let's stick out down the DH-17 for the resource. So I've got 1 card left in my hand to reroll with the black 1 die and stuff. And I put the blaster on the Rebel Trooper so that I don't have to roll. Okay. He's playing Scavenge, discard top 3 cards of your deck, and then get an upgrade. He's quite upgrade lacking right now. He can get the Hunkered Down, and then the other 2 go into his graveyard. The fact that he's playing a reversal here shows to me that he's got a Millennium Falcon somewhere, so I've got to be careful of the fact that he's got 4 resources out. But I put the Blast Pistol onto that Trooper here, so that I can just spend 1 action to activate him, and the other guy's got the Guardian potential still, just in case I need it. Alright, the 1 melee, the 2 1 ranged. Okay, not the best in the world. Probably going to start re-rolling some of this. Not going to re-roll the DH-17, that's a fine roll, the 1 range for that. But the Rebel Trooper I could have had more on, could have had better on, and this is basically a blank right now. He gets the 1 Disrupt, but of course I don't have anything. Oh, if I discard the last card from my hand, Akbar goes off and I take 2 damage on something. I don't think it's worth the last discard, so I think I just do the 2 range damage here, and I think I throw it at Akbar. Because Akbar has the focus, he has the potential all-in plays, he's the squishier target, especially compared to this hired gun. Okay, he got a resource, so he's going to get 2 more resources this turn, which is annoying for me. I think I'm just going to claim the war room and then pass. Okay, Akbar gets to hunker down and get a shield. Maybe I should have hit the high gun, because then you know that he's going to be doing it onto the Akbar. I don't know. Field medic? Is he field medicing to remove the two? Okay, so he is. There we go. Alright, so I did no damage. Okay. And he's got 5 resources again for the start of the next turn, which he might get a Millennium Falcon in. Oh, I didn't even roll this trooper. I should have rolled the trooper. That was a big mistake that I didn't just roll that trooper. I always forget that I've got that trooper to roll sometimes. Sometimes I always forget. Yeah, that totally makes sense, Gameslayer. Good English. Good use of English right there. Alright, I think I'm just going to start by rolling out the black one. 2 shield. Okay. That's a fine roll. You're spending the resource to electroshock it. Okay. I think I put a pistol on good old Qui-gon here. I don't have the 2 for the anticipate, but I'm not going to necessarily anticipate anything here. I think that's what I'm going to do. Put pistol on good old Qui-gon. He doesn't have range damage, but that doesn't mean he doesn't necessarily get to use the pistol. Right. And I don't want to put all 3 upgrades on one trooper. Like, I don't run hit and run in this deck. I might end up running hit and run in this deck, but for now I don't run hit and run in this deck. Okay, Akbar's got everything in the world on top of him right now. So these guys are a tough nut to crack. They're definitely a tough nut to crack right now. Gonna roll the Qui-Gon out. The 1 range damage and the 1 shield. Okay. Akbar just gets a shield. Alright. Gonna claim the shield onto myself. I claimed the shield there rather than rolling something out in case I want to Guardian the DH-17 Blaster Pistol's 1 range damage or something. Do I want to Guardian that 1 range damage? He's getting a lot of resources. See, why couldn't I have got resources like this? I mean, sure, he's actually got a 1 in 3 chance per resource on last game, but I'm gonna roll this trooper, take the 1 range damage, roll him into the pool. The +1 range damage, okay. Not a very good roll. I would like resources. Yes, good English once again. I am so good at English, guys. You don't even know. And fuck, he got my launch bay. Seriously. Whatever. Rolling the other rebel trooper now. Okay, +2 there. Okay, that happened. Still, I'm up to 5. 5 damage, yep. 5 damage is something. I can work with 5 damage. Is he reversing? He's reversing. He's reversing. And who's he doing the damage to? Okay. Well, I guess I start discarding to reroll then. Discard to reroll these 3 dice. 2 shields, but then a +1 on the range damage. And he just has 2 range damage right there. Don't think I want to discard I think flank might actually not be that useful here. Yeah, flank might not be that useful after all. Reroll these 2. Try and get some actual range damage. Shield and a blank. Alright. He has so many resources, holy shit. Alright, I'm gonna take the 2 shields. And I think I'm just gonna put 1 on Qui-Gon and 1 on this trooper. Supposed to be playing defensive, but then I lose my launch bay. Because of course I don't want to discard the last card in my hand because of Akbar. Making him at least pay for the 2 range damage. Is he gonna throw that range damage at someone? Or is he not resolving it? I think he's not resolving it. Yeah, he's not resolving it. Alright, cool. Second black one, but second black ones are worthless because that's more than 1 black one. But I can play a survival gear and have a deflect ready, so that's what I'll do. He really wants to potentially kill the Qui-gon, which is scary, but which is the scary. I wish my English wasn't so poor right now. No. He's gonna pay 5 for the Falcon now. Oh, for a launch bay. Okay, that works too. Because I don't have a launch bay, but he does. Can roll the black one out. 3 range damage. Oh yeah. Hunkering down the Akbar. Okay. Throwing down the Qui-gon Jinn with his pistol that can be used with the black 1 dice if it rolls like that. And it does roll like that. Okay, 5 damage and 1 resource is in potential play right now. That's actually something. Rolled range damage. Deflecting it into Akbar for 2. Alright. I start my offensive. Starting an offensive. Oh yeah. Never activated the hunker down last turn either. Rolling the +2 there, so I'm gonna use this rebel trooper to take the 1 range damage. Oops. Just 1 more range damage, but 6 range damage. Oh yeah, the offensive. Like 6 range damage is no joke. Much as I'm being like, oh yeah, the offensive. It is definitely true. I lose the black 1. I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm gonna claim the resource. Can't disrupt it because he has no resources left. Because he spent 5 on the launch bay that then got immediately deflected. But I don't have another deflect. That's something I gotta worry about. Do not have a second deflect. I'm probably gonna have to... Well, no, if he doesn't have any resources, I don't have to guardian anything. He got a blank. Alright, cool. I could discard to reroll, but I think I'm just gonna put the scout on this trooper now. Okay. It's gonna activate some down now. Gonna roll the trooper out. 1 more range damage and 1 more resource. Okay. Got 7 damage that can come in onto this Akbar here. Okay, because that's the thing, right? Akbar has 9 health, Poe has 13. Or is it 12? Yeah, Poe has 12. So he's gonna take a lot more damage, so let's resolve the into Akbar. Three, 4, 5. Oh yeah, Akbar's at 4. I've actually done damage. That's what this deck's supposed to do. Be very defensive like I have been. I'm still at basically full health. He's gonna claim. Okay. He's gonna claim and use it to get a resource. Alright, then I'm gonna take a resource here. And then get a shield here, which I then ping to Akbar for 1. Alright, and that's my turn. He has the battlefield now. Can't dug in if I do draw the dug in. I do draw the dug in. Patience. I now can do some patience plays if I want to. He's got 12 cards left in the deck, so a single patience play would kill him. Would be crippling at this point. Alternatively, with the sheer amount of dice I would have out, it would kill the Akbar. But I think a patience play actually would be more powerful in this situation. Even if I kill the Akbar, I've still got 9, 18 plus 3-ish more damage to deal with here. Gonna field medic. Alright, yeah, no, definitely gonna be going for a patience play here. So let's start by rolling the Qui-gon out. Okay, I don't care what they got because it's a patience play. Okay, he's hunkering down. That way he doesn't lose the hunker down and stuff. Roll the trooper. Okay. Potentially 2 range damage. Shield. Alright, cool. He's got 12 cards left in his deck, so I can do 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if I wanted to. He rolled the shields, so he can... Yeah, this is definitely a patience play. Definitely a patience play. So let's roll out that black one. 2 range damage. Okay. Up to 4 range damage. So he's gonna electroshock it. Alright, cool. That's a card out of his hand, and he's not going to have many cards left in his deck after this. So that's nice. Hasn't got any focus disruption, resource disruption right now. So that's good. Gonna be able to get a patience for 9 off, which is going to be ridiculously good. Gonna replace an upgrade with another. With the holdout blaster, gets ambush on it, but that's another card out of his hand. You see, and this is why I have patience in this deck, because I can change, because along with Launch Bay, which has discard, I can completely change the way I play, along with Scout, which also has discard, of course. I love decks that have alternate win conditions that people don't see coming. Okay, he can potentially Scout me here, but he can't necessarily get rid of both Patiences in one turn. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do this. Do I want to take the damage from the Holdout Blaster? I don't. So I'm just going to do this. Just going to roll my 3 dice out. You won't be able to stop both of them. And this is a patience of 9. Okay. He can now see it coming. Can't double patience in him, but oh well. Yes! He's down to just 5 cards left. Oh, 9 cards left. I hope none of those are, useful. He lost second chance. He lost the Millennium Falcon. He lost the other Millennium Falcon. He lost 2 Millennium Falcons, the Scout, the Disarm, the Datapad, the Logistics, the Cunning, the Blast Pistol. Yes, I got rid of almost all of his good stuff. That's beautiful. His turn. I'm going to be patient. I'm just going to win the late game. That's the whole point of patience. Lost the dug in. Oh well, still kept the field medic. Claiming the war room. He is going to be stuck, just rolling what he's got right now, unless he wants to permanently lower the damage that Launch Bay can cause. Oops, that was a 2. There we go. Okay, so he does get the resource for this. So he can do 4 damage here and get 2 shields on something. If he doesn't want to re-roll, of course. Yes! This deck did something it wanted to do. It got a black 1 out. It got a patience out. It started wrecking shit. Who's he throwing it into? Okay. I lose that and then take 3. Then he gets 2 shields on some guy. Putting it on outbar. Alright. Now I can just sit back, relax, and go for damage. With the contented knowledge that he cannot re-roll very much at all anymore. I've got all the defensive things. Okay. I'm going to start by just rolling out the black one. His primary target right now probably should be this Rebel Trooper because of the Scout, because that's the only discard in my deck. Apart from Launch Bays, of course. I'm going to Launch Bay and get a blank. Phew! That could have been scary. That could have been scary. I could anticipate just straight up remove that die. I think I'm going to just roll out the Trooper first. Okay. So that's 2 potential damage and a shield. I'm definitely going to want to start shielding up, of course. And by start, I mean continue to shield up. 2 resources and the Disrupt 2. The Disrupt 2 is scary. So let's just remove all of his die now. So that uses up all 5 of his dice. He can get 2 resources off of it, but that's it for that in those 5 dice. And I need him to not be using the Launch Bay very much right now. I need to not have that launch. I need to not have him not do damage. And that's a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... No, 9 damage that I just got rid of there. Do you want to resolve? Oh no, never mind. Ignore me, I didn't do anything. Because of course he didn't resolve it and then it got removed. So yeah. Your turn. Nah, I won't even bother saying at first thought you were resolving it because that would just make him look stupid in my eyes. You know, there's the 100 or so people watch this that I appear stupid to, but we gotta make sure I'm not stupid to this one person who's my opponent. Okay, he rolled the resource there. Alright. I'm probably just gonna get a resource and a shield here. Keep the scout potentially open for the potential you know the special. There we go. Okay, he played Thermal Detonator, which is terrifying. So it's a good thing that I have this resource for a flank that'll be able to come in if he actually uses it. So let's roll this Qui-gon out now. Alright, there's the +1. There we go. So I can resolve these 2 resources right here. I've got 4 range damage on the field, 1 melee. Okay, I'll probably end up flanking this Thermal Detonator if it ends up rolling onto the special. Does not. Rolls onto the resource. He is so rich. Yeah, let's do that 4 range damage then. And he takes 1 actual. No. That was... Did he have 5 on him or 4 on him? I feel like he took 1 extra damage than he should have. I think you... It was 5 damage. Did you take 5 or 6 there? Why do I add +1s to things in my head? Sad face. No move. No move. Okay, cool. So I'm not the only one that's completely insane when it comes to numbers. You guys might be surprised at this, but I'm actually good at numbers. Just not really small ones. Alright, gets 2 resources, sure. I could take my 2 resources, but then he gets the battlefield. I don't want him to have the battlefield. So I'm gonna take the battlefield to do the 1 melee to this Akbar. The 1 melee to Akbar. Which causes him to take the 6th damage and then lose the hunker down. Because he didn't resolve the hunker down to keep his the hunker down alive, unfortunately for him. So, start of the round, my turn. I did not roll Trooper at all. Fuck. Stop doing that, Game Slayer. Stop not rolling characters. It's bad play. He's looking to see if he can potentially mill me this game. Might be able to. This rolls mill, does not roll the disrupt. So I'm just gonna take my field medic right now. Maybe I should have kept that 1 resource so that you think about disrupting 4. Only 3 rolls this time so far. But yeah, it's a fickle thing without it's a trap. I haven't seen A as a trap actually. I'm surprised that his deck doesn't run it. A lot of these higher gun decks like to run as a trap just for the extra launch bait, black ones, Akbars, dice stuff. He's got the double focus here, so he can focus the launch bait into 4 range damage if he wants, or the 4 discard. I don't have the resources to flank here, so I think I just accept the fact that I'm just going to get hit for a bit. Roll out the Qui-gon Jinn. The 1 melee, the 3 shield. Alright, cool, I can triple shield up the Rebel Trooper if I want to. This is going to be a very slow play at this point, guys. I just want to make sure I survive and win. Obviously, and win. Yep, this is going to hurt a lot. That's going to be 9 damage dealt to my characters. And that's not going to be pretty. I can resolve the shields on Qui-gon to potentially kill off the Akbar. So let me roll the 1 melee. Resolve the 1 melee onto Akbar. So now he's at 7. The 2 shields is the extra 2 damage that I would need. But he's going to resolve the focus. Okay. If he resolves the thermal detonator, of course, I only get 1 damage off because Qui-gon no longer has a shield. But he's going to resolve the focus to turn that into a discard. Ew, he's going for a different gameplay. He's going to go for a different win condition here. He's going to go for all discards. Surprises me because he could keep that on the special side and just have this as a discard. So okay, I'm just gonna kill off the Akbar now. Take a shield on him and kill him with 2. It's 2 damage. So that's 3 shields in total. But with the ability, I can discard 2 of them. So net, you take 2 and I get 1 shield. Alright. There we go. Lost. Akbar's dead. Akbar's dead. Does he have a second scavenge in his graveyard? Does not. So one of the cards in his hand is scavenged. That's good to know. Alright, discard my rest of my hand. Fine. I'm down to 6 cards, so it is kind of a problem there. Roll in the Trooper. If I need to do damage, I need to do damage here. Got the 2 disrupt here, which is not useful. Not useful at all. It is actually quite scary right now. I'm only on 6 cards left, and this is a launch bay after all. That's an Akbar dice. I don't know what that's doing there, but that's an Akbar dice. Okay, that's 4 range damage. Gonna potentially hurt. Gonna roll the white 1. 2 range damage. Okay. Getting a lot of damage at this point. Don't necessarily want all of this damage, but I'll take all the damage, I guess. I could really do with killing the thermal detonator guy off because of the discard, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want. I want to kill, but at the same time, maybe I want to kill the hired gun so that it's only got 1 character left. Okay. 4 damage here. Alright. Gonna roll out the trooper, the last trooper. Gonna remember to actually use all of my character's dice at this point. Or my dex dice, should I say. 2 blanks, and a 1 resource and a +1. Alright. At least do some disruption, I guess. Oh, he's discarding. Or is he playing... He's playing dodge. Okay, I'm okay with that, because that's 1 more card in his hand that he doesn't have. Alright, I don't know what happened there. I will, take the 2 resources, I guess. Because I know that one of the cards left in my deck is a launch bay. So having the ability to play it would be very nice. He's going to take that. He's going to disrupt one of my resources. Okay, I'm going to use the force training to get a shield and a resource. And that's going to be my turn. Alright, I got 1 card. I got 2 riposts. Huh, okay. Got a second scout. Got my launch bay. Don't want to play the promotion necessarily, because I don't want to draw the card. Don't roll disrupt. Discard, should I say. It rolled range damage. Okay, that's potentially 5 range damage going into something that's not enough for a kill on anyone. So I can play my second scout. Don't want to do that until he's already allocated damage, though. Maybe I want to Guardian it with a Rebel Trooper. Guardianing 3 range damage. I can afford to do that, sure. Gonna Guardian the 3 range damage. This way as well, he can't potentially reroll it into another discard. So that's... Yep. The 2 shields is 1 resource and a +3 range damage, okay. I can still potentially kill the guys here. It'd take a lot of good rolling on my part. 2 more resources. Oh, he's just getting resources. This is unfortunate for him. I'm gonna play the scout on the other trooper now. Potentially discard up to 2 cards per turn. He keeps rolling resources. This is actually getting very frustrating on his part, I think, for him. I have 1 card left in my deck, 2 cards left in my hand. I got 2 rear posts, but I kind of just want to use those for surviving, for being cards in my hand so I can survive. And 2 discard. Oh dear. And the 3 range damage. Okay. I could have potentially used just taken the resource and then I could have played a launch bay right now, and that would have been nice because now I'd have had 2 launch bays out, but then I would also have been limited to a few cards and basically, I don't know. Gonna roll the trooper out. Let's roll the trooper out here. It would have been down completely to look at that point with the other launch bay. Another 2 disrupt on the side. That's annoying. Very, very annoying. Disrupt 2, discard 2. Gets the launch bay and the promotion. God damn it. I kind of need to start discarding cards as well for the scout discard. I'll roll the black one out at this point. 3 range damage, okay. So I'm up to 6 range damage. 7 range damage, because I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I can get 1 shield for 8. And I can riposte for 10. That can kill a troop. That can kill a hired gun, but is it worth killing a hired gun right now? The last card in my deck. It's one thing I haven't done two of. A defensive position. Okay. The last card in my deck's defense position. Would I be able to kill him with a defense position riposte next turn? Maybe. That requires me to use all the cards in my deck, and I don't necessarily get that choice in the end. Alternatively, I do some rerolling and get some scout potentials and stuff. So I think I gotta do some rerolling here. Let's go for rerolling this dice, rerolling all these dice. Okay, I got a special on 1. It's not the best. Just get rid of his dice, but I've got 10 range damage at this point, and then I can always kill that hired gun with the last riposte. I've got 1 card left in my hand, and I've got to kill the last hired gun. So I go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 11, 12. 11, 12 with the double. 11, 12 with the 2 from the riposte. Because he claims he hits my Qui-gon, right? Okay, he's going to hit that trooper for 3. Alright. Let's do what I want. So first I'll scout. See what the last 3 cards of his hand are. Okay, I'm going to just remove that blaster pistol right now. Difficult choice. Well, not exactly difficult choice for him at all, but it was a choice for him. Alright, cool. Then I'm going to resolve the 2 shields, and I'm going to put 1. Wait, no, hang on. Let's not do that. Let's instead put 10 range damage into this guy. 10. Just to make sure I've not done my maths wrong. Okay. Then I take these 2. I put 1 in here. And then I put 1 on the hired gun. Then I riposte to remove the last 2 shields from here to kill this hired gun. That's the maximum way I can do damage here. The discard from the thermal leaves the battlefield, so he has the 1 in 6 of launch bay, plus however much he wants to discard. Then that's my action. Last card in my hand, defensive position. Down to the wire. Alright, I've got to kill him this turn. That's going to be difficult. If I play the card right now, then he doesn't have to resolve the discard, and if he doesn't resolve the discard, he could potentially get the shields. However, by doing this, Qui-Gon immediately starts doing damage with the shields. But I don't want to give him the potential in the slightest of having the ranged damage from the Where's my trooper die? Here's my trooper die. I don't want to give him any potential whatsoever of getting the shields on for the hired gun here. Okay. 3 range damage, 1 shield. Does the disrupt. There's the defensive stance. Gone. Okay. It's all about what I can roll at this point. It's all about what I can roll. Wait, if I roll the Rebel Trooper and the Rebel Trooper gets a double scout, then he's got to claim the battlefield in order to win. So it'll force him to... Okay, no, it doesn't. 1 more range damage on this. Up to 4 range damage. He rolls 4 on there. I can't stop that, so I've got to resolve the damage now. And that's why I shouldn't have done that. Alright, so resolving the 4 damage here. So resolving 3. Because I want to keep that 1 range damage dice out for the blaster pistol, so 3. It's down to 4. It's down to 5, sorry. Kills this. I lose the shield potential on that. So I'm down, so my resources are less. Rolling the black one. Rolled special. I want that special. Let's go infinite, black one. Let's go infinite. Let's go infinite. Your turn if you want to do something. This guy just passed. Alright, cool. Qui-gon, let's go. Two damage. That's 2 more damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more damage. I need this to roll 1 damage and I win. If I don't, I lose because this shield does not give me a resource. The black one has the 50. If I hit it, I win. And this is because I chose not let him to reroll, and instead of playing the defensive stance, I should have played the defensive stance after all because I had the scout, so he couldn't have discarded to reroll because I would have won. All right, 1 damage. No! Fuck. Fuck. Should have played the defensive stance instead of letting you discard it. That was a big mistake on my part. Because then I'd have had the 1 extra shield for Qui-gon. Ah! Ah, so close. Ah, so close. So guys, this is what you have to do. You have to complain that your launch phase doesn't work, and then it gives you something. If I'd have just played the defensive stance, even if he'd rerolled, he would have got 1 shield off of it. And that's the 1 in 6, right? I shouldn't have been playing around the potential 1 in 6 to screw me over. I should have just played the defensive stance right then and there. Ah. But then there was probably times before where I completely missed 1 damage. For example, I didn't activate a Rebel Trooper once. That should have been a game for me to win. And in terms of testing purposes, I'm saying that I won that game. So this deck does have potential. It can work. Yeah. No one expects the patience. Well, you didn't, and you're the only player I've used it on so far. First game. First game though. I just didn't draw any upgrades and it basically died. Yeah. Hey, if you hadn't got rid of that 1 extra dice, that would have been game. Also, earlier this game, I forgot to activate a trooper, and that could have likely been the 1 more damage. And also this game, I could have potentially got a launch bay out instead of the second scout, and that probably would have been better. Alternatively, I could have gotten a launch bay of my own out, but I chose scout. But scouts didn't go for specials. Instead, they just launch bay likely could have done that one extra damage. Yeah, you got kinda screwed. Early on you had so many resources. Then I patiented your Falcon and other launch bay. When you still got more resources. Yeah, yeah. I prefer the Poe myself. Also consider removing logistics. Clearly you don't have to. About logistics is always a bad dice. Logistics is always a bad card. You always can get something better than that. Hey, he actually dodged something one time and actually took out 2 dice for like 4 damage or something like that, and that would have, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Red hero should always run dug in or defense position. Not necessarily. You should definitely be running dug in this kind of deck. Oh yeah. Ooh, guys, that worked. It worked. I got a patience off. Ah, yes. Even though I lost, I'm really happy about what happened there. And that was a very close to wire game. Holy shit. Alright, it's been me against Line 9 IK No Brainer. Thank you for watching. Fuck. It's been me against Line 9 IK No Brainer. Signing off.